These vegetables brown on one side, we'll flip them and then we'll brown them on the other. We're going to try to achieve nice grill marks, and we're trying to give a richness to our pasta salad. So you can see my peppers have started to blister, which is exactly what we want. Everything else is just cooking along ever so slightly, but my peppers are doing everything they need to do first, and they'll be the first to come off. All right, we're just waiting on our zucchini, our eggplant, and our garlic that's up there in the little tin foil. So cook and drain your pasta, but don't overcook it. Take it out just a few, like 30 seconds before you think it's fully cooked. Because look at all the steam coming off this. This pasta is still cooking, and we don't want it to be mush for our rotini salad. All right, so here's a real random thing. When you're making this salad for a crowd like I am today, and you don't have a bowl handy that's big enough to handle all this pasta, put it right back in the pot that you used earlier to cook the pasta off in. And then that way you get plenty of room because you know the pasta fits. So what I want to do is I'm going to get into my pot some of this pasta. Maybe not the whole thing, but let's see. I want to mix it. I want to make it easy for me to mix. So we're going to kind of layer it in and just randomly put it together. And then remember we had our roasted vegetables. So let's go ahead. And I'm going to pull up just a little bit because I think we're a little too close. So we're going to get our roasted vegetables in, some of them. Again, we're going to layer flavors here. Now earlier, which you may not have seen, is that we chopped up some fresh vegetables too. So here I have some radish, some zucchini, some celery, just whatever random veggies I had in the house. So let's get some of that, a little bit of cucumber, whatever was on hand. Nice fresh veggies. And we had chopped up as well some summer squash and some red cabbage. So I'm going to put a little of that in. This is just making it easier for me to mix later. And the other night, we roasted corn and onions. So since this was already on the cob, I just split it off the cob. And I took some of the roasted onions, the baked onions that we did, which were beautiful, and put them in as well. All right, so now you can kind of see the start of our salad. I'm going to go ahead and put in some more of the noodles. And again, I'm going to put in some roasted veggies. I still have a whole nother thing of pasta that may or may not go in here. Well, salad wouldn't be complete without some cheese in it. Now, normally I would put in feta, but I know my audience, and today it's going to be mozzarella. So let's get some mozzarella layered in there as well. And then we'll come back and put some black olives in there too. Now you could slice them up, but I also know that I've got some folks who aren't olive fans today, so we're going to leave them whole so they can take them out. So I know you must be thinking, wow, that's a lot still, Jan, and you haven't got any liquid in there. So if you're going to make your own dressing, now is a good time that you could go in and you could layer in some dressing. But you know what? Not everyone has time to make dressing every day. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up a bottle of dressing, and we're going to pour some in there now. And then we can always add a little bit of olive oil and vinegar and spices to get it right where we need it to be. Any dressing, like Italian or something of that nature, would be good. Today we happen to have a little bit of Caesar dressing on hand. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to pour that in there. I'm going to pour half the bottle. Now I'm going to come in and mix it in. Normally I would just put my hands right in it and mix it up. And I would suggest you do that. Going to be too hard for me to do that while I'm filming, so I'm going to use a spatula. You can too, by the way. And now we can start to mix. And now you can start to see how beautiful this pasta salad actually is. Now, if you want to make it healthier, you could certainly do chickpea pasta, which we did consider Just not sure if everybody would be a big fan of the chickpea pasta today. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix this up, and then I'm going to add in the rest of my ingredients. We'll show you the finished product and how we're going to transport it to our party that we're going to today. All right, so here is my pasta salad all prepped, ready to go in this ginormous Ziploc bag. And I can't even explain to you how big this bag is. This is like the ones I just can fit a whole watermelon inside. Okay, so there it is. Now you may want to add a little bit of salt and pepper when you serve it. But right now we're just going to let it marinate in that dressing. And we may even decide to add some more dressing to it once it has sat and start to absorb.